Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, you know, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Are you ready?
What?
I said, are you ready?
Yeah!
Can't steal it. Woo! Wheel and deal it.
The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better.
I got 141 and 2/3 chance of winning.
But brother, I am bad and they know I'm bad.
I'm the man of the hour, the man with the power. You sweet to be sour.
It's showtime, folks.
Welcome to the Grill Out. From the heart of Shillian, West Virginia, here's your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Grill Out, episode 68. I'm your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty, and I'm joined with both of my illustrious and sometimes okay-ish co-host, Josh Cole, baby.
Yeah.
And our reigning and defending Grill Out Predictions champion, who will be defending his title next weekend for the Royal Rumble.
The Rumble that is royal.
Jason Lykens.
Here's what I want to know right now, Jeff, okay?
Okay.
How long, Josh Cole, if that is your real name, baby, have I been champ this current
That's a good
run?
He hasn't been keeping track.
Well, he needs to.
You know anything about Excel?
No excuses.
It doesn't,
Just,
you can't put it in track days.
yeah,
Like,
just tell us.
It can't just okay.
Just tell me. Tell me.
Just give him a number.
Guesstimate. Come on.
I'm waiting for us to load up.
Okay. Well, listen. Here's the thing. I've been champ for this long for my other run because I've had so many. But still yet, I don't have a chair.
I've offered you a chair.
Yeah. No, I don't believe you have.
Oh, do you want my chair then?
You want it on November
the
23rd.
November 23rd.
I've
got a
offered
little
him the
bit of
chair
time
the
right now.
previous two episodes, to which you have graciously
I'm
declined.
sorry. I don't believe that has ever happened.
Oh, it has.
Do you have proof of this?
I don't need proof.
Because
I am
it
the
hasn't.
proof.
You are the. Now who's full of themselves? You see, this is why I am the most humblest man alive. Because when you are good, but when you are great, you are me, the reflection of perfection, and that's how humble I am. So for that, you're welcome.
Of course, Jason Lykens, ladies and gentlemen. What? I don't. Jason's a little.
Sorry, I'm still connected here. I didn't
56
know.
days.
56 days. I didn't know we were doing a show.
You didn't know that we were doing a show and it says on air right there on the wall?
I thought that just meant the oxygen was on.
Well, you kind of need oxygen. Also, if you listen to this and it's cold. It's cold. Just if you go outside, I will say this, just public service announcement. If you do go outside and you got to go outside while this polar vortex thing is going on, make sure you bundle up. Don't let your skin, expose your skin too much. Cover your mouth up because you don't want to breathe in the Arctic air. Just be safe, be warm.
I want to breathe it in.
Be there for each. No, you don't.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. In all seriousness, character aside, you know it's cold outside when you go outside and it's cold.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm glad of your assessment.
Here to help the dummies out in the world.
I
can say dummies, can't I?
Yes, you can say dummies.
Good.
You know what? I got zero fear going out there.
And speaking of zero fear, I'm glad he threw that out there. Penta did debut on Monday Night Raw this past week. Penta made his long-awaited debut in WWE. This past week, he defeated Chad Gable and declared this to be the Penta era. Quote, and this is the translation for him.
Going to do the accent?
No, there's no way I can do it. To all of my people from Mexico and all of Latino America, I want to say thank you for being part of the process. Thank you for joining me in my journey to get here to WWE. For those who know and for those who don't, this is the result of a Mexican who wants to move forward. People Thank you to my family who are here. I love you. But before I go, I want to say a few things. I know this is a new era, right? This is the WWE's new era. So this is not only the Netflix new era, now this is the Penta new era. And you know why? Because I am Penta Zero Meadow. Zero fear.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the best thing with it that I think is getting really overlooked.
Okay.
Is the amount of work that Chad Gable did in that match.
Absolutely.
They could not have put him with a better they could not have put Penta with a better person to really get him over in his debut match.
Absolutely. Because I did see a lot of people were worried going into this because of where Penta... I don't know how you two feel about this. Some people feel as if Penta is more of a tag team wrestler than a singles guy. I saw that thrown around a little bit online.
I've only ever seen him in AEW, and I've seen him do both, so I don't really have a one way or the other.
Yeah, when I did see that assessment, I was like, well, if you step back and you look at Ray and Penta, they both can be in a tag team, obviously, the Lucha Brothers, but they both can pull off being singles wrestlers as well. So they kind of are interchangeable with that. I did think it was very nice that his family was there in the front row and he was able to share that moment with them. And also, Penta just looked awesome coming out. Well, I mean, Penta looks awesome anyway.
People said the same thing about Booker T whenever he got his singles run back in WCW.
True.
And, I mean, it turned out pretty well for him.
Yes.
But I think Penta can do just fine in singles. He can do fine in tag.
This is really and truly, as far as tag teams goes, this is one of the few tag teams, I would say, where you can't really apply the who's the Shawn and who's the Marty. You can't really apply that to the Lucha Brothers.
The sad thing about that, though, is Marty actually wasn't terrible. It's just Shawn was so great.
Yeah.
Like, Marty was a really good worker. Crazy. Off his rocker.
You think?
But Shawn was the perfect package. Not to be confused with Mr. Perfect, who was just perfect, and not to be confused with the reflection of perfection, who is me. But Marty wasn't terrible.
No. Marty just did not have the charisma that Shawn did.
No, it's like if Josh and I were the Rockers, okay, I'm easily Shawn, but Josh is not even Marty. Josh is like...
Because I don't think we're going to have a counter on the internet for how many days we go until Marty/Josh says something crazy on the internet.
I still
that thing
can't
goes to zero a lot for Marty.
Oh yeah, but I also still can't just think of anyone that is as terrible as Josh. Maybe 8-foot-tall Giant Gonzalez.
Good Lord!
Oh come on, you're like
you're right. That's not fair to Giant Gonzalez.
I did enjoy his debut.
Where we're talking about Penta or Marty?
We're talking about Penta.
Okay, or Giant Gonzalez. No, Penta's debut was great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was really good.
Tell you what, Trips, him and Chelsea Green, run it back.
Yes, well, not just Chelsea Green. Yeah. Io Sky as well.
Yeah.
He had a lot of... Okay, so if you want to go back and you want to look at Penta's catalog outside of like AEW even, go back and watch his stuff on Lucha Underground.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like he... Phenomenal there. He did do a lot of intergender matches there.
Yeah.
And yes, one of them was with Chelsea Green. And
she was Reclusa at the time.
Yes. One was, I think it was Io Sky, who was Io Shirai at the time.
Yeah.
So, Penta is great. We're just waiting on Ray to eventually make his way over to WWE.
As in Ray Phoenix, not Ray Mysterio.
Yeah. As
He's
in Ray
already
Phoenix.
there.
Yeah, Ray Mysterio is already there, but Ray Phoenix.
I wonder what his name will be. Will it just be Phoenix?
I don't know. Good question. I didn't even think about that.
I think it'll be Edge.
I mean, they do own the rights, so I guess they,
I mean, they've done it once with Razor Ramon and Diesel.
Have Ray Phoenix come out as the fake Edge.
Yeah. Have Glenn Jacobs come out as fake Edge.
Yeah. Well, that way he can distance himself from the Caneverse.
That's gotta be Kane.
Oh, gosh.
That's gotta be Yellow Kane.
Blue Kane.
Candy Cane.
Oh, I love the Caneverse.
That's gotta be
Cocaine. K9.
That's Pimp K.
It just keeps going.
Oh, yeah.
I love how there's just, on the Indies, there's just all these different versions of Kane.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But yeah, speaking of WWE.
What about Red Cane? Has anyone done that yet?
I don't think so. I think did they ever, I can't remember. I know that there was at one point they were going to make Kane a member of the X. Or is that not true?
It was Kane and X-Pac with Tori. But I don't think there was ever Green Kane.
Okay, I didn't know if that was just like something that was just tossed around on the internet as a joke, or if that was something that
I don't think there was.
Although
Kermit
I think
Kane.
there is a Green Cane out there.
Is there?
I think so.
It's like
a part of this Kane verse.
Seasick Kane, Kermit Kane.
We're going to spend one entire. I don't know when.
Hot tag.
No, here's what we're going to do. Hot tag. We're going to break down all of the Canes and then fantasy book a royal or a King of the Ring.
There we go.
But I'll tell you who won't be in it is Glenn Jacobs.
Yeah, Glenn Jacobs won't be in it.
He'd lose to Kane.
Yeah. Yes, he would. But no. Speaking of like WWE,
yes,
they did announce a partnership with TNA this past week.
Would it be a new partnership, I guess?
It would be I would say an official partnership.
Yeah.
It was sort of a loose agreement, maybe, a handshake deal before, but they did announce a partnership, like an official partnership with WWE and TNA. This is coming from WWE's website. Quote, the historic relationship demonstrates that collaboration and competition do not have to be mutually exclusive, said Ariel Chenier, Senior Vice President of Content and Distribution for TNA Wrestling and Anthem Sports and Entertainment. Our partnership allows the TNA Wrestling brand and its incredible athletes to reach a significantly wider audience while giving WWE and NXT stars an opportunity to cross the line and gain valuable experience. As they join forces with one of the most talented rosters in professional wrestling today, the response in our collaboration over the past year has been tremendous, and both companies have benefited. But the fans have reaped the greatest rewards from this talented crossover and working relationship. This next quote is coming from Shawn Michaels himself. Quote, we look forward to growing and evolving our partnership with TNA Wrestling and its outstanding group of athletes by creating a new opportunity to further the development of our talent and to elevate the viewer experience at home. End quote. This partnership is so official that I saw yesterday NXT tweeted out about TNA Genesis. They tweeted out about the main event between Nick Nemeth and Joe Hendry for the TNA World Title. So
let me ask you this really quick. Okay, Royal Rumble. Does Nick Nemeth participate?
Yes, and he's both. Him and himself and Dolph Ziggler.
So he's in it twice?
Yeah.
Okay. So the way Mick Foley did it?
Yeah. Throw in Nikki so he could do the
Oh, okay.
So he come out as Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler, and Nikki.
Yeah.
Spirit Squad.
Yeah.
Which one gets the biggest pop?
Oh.
Nikki.
Maybe. Okay, how about this? Which one do you put out there first?
Nick Nemeth.
Nick Nemeth? Okay.
Yeah. With the world title.
Yeah.
With the world title. Okay.
Yeah, probably.
So
assuming he still has Genesis is it this Sunday or next Sunday?
It's actually tonight.
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. You have him come out with the title. Joe Hendry eliminates him. Then, few entrants later, Dolph Ziggler comes out, eliminates Joe Hendry. Then anyone eliminates Dolph Ziggler. 2 entrants go by. He comes out as Nikki. Everyone eliminates Nikki.
Yeah.
That's what
Bucket trips.
Well, see.
Coward.
This is just me. I was going to say I would start with Nick Nemeth, of course. But then maybe I would switch Nikki and Dolph Ziggler. Like have Nikki go second. And then, they're like, okay, he's done. And then Dolph Ziggler's.
Well, no, because I think you do Dolph Ziggler second because then they're like, oh, then he's done. Because who remembers the Spirit Squad?
We do.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Kenny Dykstra's been out there a couple. It was Kenny Dykstra, right?
Yes.
It was.
Yeah, he's been out there a couple times on TV recently. Yeah, 'cause he's a backstage personal guy.
Oh,
now, so
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Also, real quick, this just popped in my head about Penta's match. Jamie Noble produced it.
Good old Jamie.
Oh, yeah.
West Virginia boy.
West Virginia. Woohoo!
West Virginia, woo!
Yeah, West Virginia native. Jamie Noble did produce that match.
Woo!
Get her in.
I got my Timberwolf long cut, woo!
Yeah, boy, let me tell you.
Ain't got no gas in it.
You got to give me them French fried taters. Yeah, boy. But so you have is Nick Nemeth the only one you put in the Royal Rumble?
I don't know.
Joe Hendry. You got to put Joe Hendry in.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I thought you were saying, like, Nick Nemeth. Is he the only character of Nick Nemeth?
No. Is he the only
so far?
That's true. So maybe not have enough room to do it.
Yeah.
They have the opportunity, but maybe not enough room. So Joe Hendry, Nick Nemeth, would that be the only TNA stars you would put in?
Moose.
I was going to say Moose, maybe.
Yeah.
It's just fun to say.
Yeah. So what about
Moose?
What about on the women's side?
Jordan Grace.
Moose.
Okay.
Maybe the is it what's her name? The current TNA Women's Champion,
Masha Slamovich.
Yes, that.
Yeah.
Probably her.
Is Natalia in TNA?
No.
Is she even?
She's still WWE.
Yep.
Is she?
Yeah, she was in the IC tournament.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we just go with those two though.
I think maybe Mickey. Wait, is Mickey James still wrestling?
I don't know.
If she's still wrestling, her as well,
Okay.
because she's technically with TNA right now. I think.
I'll say put Gail Kim in there. I mean, it's a Royal Rumble. You know.
Well, yeah. I was going to say, because I think Gail Kim is retired from in-ring action, but Michelle McCool went out for the first women's Rumble. Well, the first few women's.
I mean,
Rumbles.
last time
think
she was
she's
in
been in all of
Uggs.
them.
Yeah.
Has she?
Yeah, because she jumped the barrier and she
Yeah.
was wearing Uggs.
Oh, Uggs.
Yeah.
Speaking of the IC Women's Tournament,
Yeah.
this past Monday night on Raw, the crowning of the first WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion.
Moose.
That being Lyra Valkyria.
Oh, not Moose.
No. Who defeated Dakota Kai to become the inaugural champion. Lyra is actually, Josh sent this to Jason earlier this week, is actually the third Irish-born inaugural champion in WWE within the past 9 years. The other two being Finn Balor and Becky Lynch. Finn Balor was crowned as the inaugural Universal Champion at SummerSlam in August 2016, and then Becky Lynch became the inaugural SmackDown Women's Champion at Backlash the following month. The SmackDown Women's Championship is, of course, now the current Women's World Championship defended on Raw, while the Universal Championship is still technically active as part of the undisputed WWE Championship on SmackDown, a.k.a. the Uwu Championship. Well, no.
Yeah, they don't put the Universal
Yeah,
in anymore.
No. I just like saying Uwu with that.
Well, that's a fun fact.
Yeah,
It is.
a lot of people wanted Dakota Kai though.
Yeah, I did see that. Like, I saw online where this was like the people that that live post on Facebook about this on a few of the wrestling pages I follow. I did not see. I've seen a couple positive things for Lyra getting it, but I saw a lot of people saying they wanted Dakota Kai to get it.
I get it, but I mean, hey, she's already been an inaugural champion once. Yeah,
True.
The NXT Women's Tag when that was still a thing.
That's true, and also this gives Lyra that. What's the wording I'm looking
Credibility?
for? Credibility, yes. That gives her more credibility because Dakota Kai already sort of has that.
Yeah.
You're trying to build up your women's division because you have a women's world title now and a mid-card title. So you've got to build up other stars.
Yeah.
I think it was a smart move to put it on Lyra. Yeah. Dakota could be champion later on down the road.
I feel like she's more of the women's world champion than IC.
True. Very true on that. But yeah, also I had no idea about the Irish.
Yeah, I didn't either until I just saw it random pop up on Facebook.
Yeah, and then I was just like, oh, okay.
You know it's true then.
Yeah.
If it's on the book of face, it's true.
Hey, we're getting rid of fact checkers.
Yeah.
But speaking of,
speaking of facts, did you know that Moose was born in Ireland?
Oh.
He is Irish.
Huh.
You serious?
No.
Oh.
No.
I was really about to start Googling.
I mean, it could be like a Jinder Mahal who was born in Canada.
That's true.
Yeah, but Moose was he's not from Ireland.
Jinder Mahal's not in TNA, is he?
Oh.
I mean,
talks amongst yourselves.
I mean, Jinder Mahal isn't.
Oh yeah.
But whatever he goes by now could be. I don't remember what he goes by now.
Raj Desi.
That's it, Raj.
Yes.
Desi.
Almost half of his real name.
No, he is not. He works for. It says right here on Wikipedia, he works for various promotions such as
AAA.
and then IWA in Puerto Rico. So, no, he is not signed with TNA Wrestling, unfortunately. Yeah. Also, speaking of TNA people, Samoa Joe did return to AEW.
Joe.
Yes,
Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe
did return this past Wednesday during the Maximum Carnage special of Dynamite to save Hook in his match against Christian Cage. This is the first time Samoa Joe has been on AEW TV since July 10th of last year. He has been off filming the second season of Peacock's Twisted Metal series. During Collision on Saturday, which was part 2 of the Maximum Carnage special, it was announced that Joe would have his first match back on this Wednesday's Dynamite facing Nick Wayne.
So, Joe.
So what do you all think about that? What do you think about Smo Joe coming back?
I like it.
Yeah.
About Smo Joe.
Yeah, like, Samoa Joe is Joe's going to kill you.
Yeah, Smo Joe.
Samoa Joe's going to kill you. So,
do you think WWE dropped the ball with Samoa Joe?
Absolutely.
In ways, but also injury kind of didn't help.
Yeah.
That's true. I feel as if WWE did not look at Samoa Joe in the same light as they did with AJ Styles. I know AJ Styles is phenomenal, but Samoa Joe is part of that group that AJ Styles is also part of that made TNA, that sort of put TNA onto the map back in the early 2000s.
Do you think,
along with Christopher Daniels,
part of that could be the difference of physiques between Samoa Joe and AJ Styles? Because in NXT, Samoa Joe was treated like a star.
Yes.
Yeah.
He gets up to the main roster, he's treated like a fat guy.
So, then would Samoa Joe, with that in mind, would Samoa Joe fare better now on the main roster with Triple H having the book?
I would think so, because when he was that big star in NXT, that's when Triple H was running it.
That's what I was. Yeah. Interesting.
I mean, because it's really not about physique; it's about work.
Yes. I mean, look at Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens does not have the best physique. Now, then again, he does wear a T-shirt, wears a cutoff in his matches, which the Canadian son of a security systems technician was pretty great as a playoff of
the Canadian Dream.
Yeah, the Canadian Dream as a playoff of Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream son of a plumber and all of that because of his feud with Cody Rhodes at the moment. I think that's great. I think Kevin Owens is great anyway.
Yeah.
So, last little thing before we get to On This Day in Wrestling History. We talked about the Queen of the Ring before. It's the story of Mildred Burke, who is one of the pioneers of women's wrestling. We actually have a release date for that movie, the Queen of the Ring movie. It will be March 7th. That is
March 7th.
Yes, that is when it will hit theaters.
Is Moose in it?
I don't know. Why are you so hung up on Moose on this episode?
Just fun to say.
Yeah. It is fun.
Moose. I'm sorry. Let me ask a more realistic question. Is Bobby Blaze in it?
He might be.
Blaze it.
Blaze it. Yep. Bobby Blaze, if you're listening to this, we would like to interview you. And Jason, you're number one fan.
That's true.
Yes. All right. On this day in wrestling history. January 19th, 1991, in Miami, Florida, The Royal Rumble pay-per-view took place and played host to the first WWF Championship title change on pay-per-view outside of WrestleMania. The change saw Sergeant Slaughter win the belt from the Ultimate Warrior after an assist from Macho Man Randy Savage. For the second year in a row, Hulk Hogan won the Royal Rumble match itself. January 19th, 2003. The first Royal Rumble to be held under the WWE brand name came from Boston, Massachusetts. Brock Lesnar defeated The Big Show in the opening match to win a spot in the Rumble match, which he would go on to win by eliminating The Undertaker. This was also the first time that Shawn Michaels competed in the actual Rumble since his win in 1996. Also on that night, Triple H would retain the World Heavyweight Championship against Scott Steiner in a dreadful match.
Ooh, my.
Yeah. And Kurt Angle would retain the WWE Championship against Chris Benoit in a spectacular contest. The Dudley Boys lost the World Tag Team Championships to William Regal and Lance Storm. And that is on this day in wrestling history. When we come back, we're going to give you the 2024 PWI Awards.
Moose.
Stay tuned.
It's time for more of the Grill Out. Here's Hollywood Jeff Petty.
I tell you what.
Moose.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Grill Out. I'm your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty.
What?
I'm joined by Josh Cole, Bebe.
Who?
And Jason Lykens.
Yeah.
Where?
How?
Why? Moose.
We talked about before we took the break, the 2024 PWI Awards were released this past week.
People with intelligence.
Which is why Josh Cole, baby, is not on there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Every time I do hear PWI, I think of like Tex Ferguson. I get PWI, son, complimentary. On one of his, well, it was when he was Sex Ferguson. Yeah, like this is before WWE and everything. That's where Tex Ferguson comes from and everything. But yeah, he's acting like somebody from the territory days. I get PWI, son, complimentary. I don't know. It's such a great quote. Yeah. The Good Brothers are awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, these are the 2024 PWI Awards.
Pee-wee.
And these are voted on by Pro Wrestling Illustrated's editors and such. Their people vote on these. These are not fan votes like other awards that they give out. So I'll just start going down the list.
Yep.
He's returned.
Yep. I figure if there's going to be a list, I should be a part of it.
Gotta check it twice.
I'm not Santa.
Are you not?
I'm real.
Unlike cookies?
Cookies are not real. We've had this discussion many times. Cookies are not real. That's why Santa can't be real. Because if he were real, then what is he eating? He's not eating little crumpets. He's supposedly eating cookies, but there are no such things as cookie. Milk?
Yeah.
Santa's lactose intolerant.
Oh.
I've seen the documentaries.
He's seen the documents. Wrestler of the Year, Cody Rhodes.
I saw it on the Tic Tac.
The Tic Tac. Wrestler of the Year, Cody Rhodes.
Rest in peace.
I disagree.
Okay, who do you think should be Wrestler of the Year then?
Bryan Danielson. He has had better matches. He has had. Now, granted, did they have the story of finishing the story? No, but I feel he has had better matches than Cody Rhodes. I think Bryan Danielson deserves Wrestler of the Year more than Cody Rhodes, who has had, let's be honest, mediocre matches.
True. You're not going to hear no arguments from me over here with that.
I know.
Especially, I mean, no, yeah, I kind of understand. I'll just move on to the next one. Woman of the Year, Toni Storm.
Yeah. Yes, I agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tag Team of the Year. We talked a little bit about this off the air. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill.
No, I do not agree.
Yeah, but I can't think of anyone else though at the moment. That's the thing.
Not off the. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Who?
Why? What have they done to be Tag Team of the Year?
2-time women's tag champs. That's about it.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't either. I think Bianca's great. I think she's a phenomenal in-ring worker. She out of everybody in the women's division, I think she is definitely top 5. Jade Cargill, I think she is definitely improving, and she's been improving since she came to WWE. Are there tag team of the year honors?
Let's be honest on why they were put together as a tag team.
Okay.
For Bianca to make Jade better in the ring.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
No.
Make her more confident, I guess.
Yeah. Polish her up a little bit.
Yeah.
Give
her that rub.
Yeah, well, and like I just said, Bianca, great worker, phenomenal. Put Jade with her. Yeah, I mean, it's smart, but I don't know if it warrants tag team of the year. No. But I'm kind of with Josh. I don't know who to put in their place.
I don't know. It's just when I think of tag team, I don't think of them. I mean, it could have been Private Party.
Yeah.
It could have been the Acclaimed.
The Young Bucks.
No.
The Young Bucks have sort of had a quiet year in 2024.
It could have been the Lucha Bros.
It could have been. FTR, maybe?
Maybe FTR. I feel like they were that Bianca and Jade were put together as a tag team to make Jade more comfortable and then have the inevitable turn and just have the story of two strong, muscular, talented women compete against each other. That's why I feel they were put together as a team. Not to have them excel as a team, but to then divide them up from a team.
Which, in a way, even though Triple H is the booker for WWE now, that is sort of the WWE formula with tag teams. I think with this new Triple H era, he's going to be way more friendly with tag teams than Vince was.
Yeah.
But that is a formula I think they're still going to use. But then does this bring up the conversation of was 2024 a cold year for tag teams?
I feel like it was.
Well, I mean, for a bit of 2024, you had Otis and Gable, right?
True. I think that was early 2024.
Yeah.
Give or take.
I mean, and then there was Judgment Day for a little bit.
Yeah. And until that whole split up, sort of,
Truth and Miz again.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it was just a cold year for tag teams.
Yeah, and again, this is we're not discrediting Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill as a tag team.
No, I got you. Darby Allin and Sting, even if it was only like 2 months.
You know what? We'll give it to Josh.
I mean,
they didn't lose.
That's true.
Even though it's for 2 months.
Yeah.
And Sting's retirement changed the ending to the opening of this podcast.
What about Andrade and Ric Flair for the one match?
Maybe.
Was that in 24?
I don't know. It should have never happened.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I don't know how true this is. I saw something online. Take this with a grain of salt about Ric Flair saying he's got one more match. Yeah. It was like, no, you don't, Rick.
Well, no, because I've seen TikToks of him in the gym.
Oh,
so it might be true, but I hope it's not.
Okay, fair enough.
There's also a rumor he might be in the Rumble.
Yeah. Anyways, faction of the year goes to the Bloodline.
Which one?
I mean, that's fair.
True.
But I think just the overall entire Bloodline. I think that's the compelling story.
Yeah.
I think it has to go to Bloodline.
Yeah.
That's really the only faction in wrestling in WWE right now.
Judgment Day.
Yeah, but
Judgment Day doesn't have the same impact that the Bloodline has. And, you go over to WWE, I mean, not WWE, AEW, I mean...
House of Black.
Yeah. Which are going to be... there's a copyright that...
Well, that's if Malachi's actually done.
Yeah. Hellhounds or something, Hounds of Hell, something like that.
It's patriarchy.
Patriarchy. But they don't have the same impact that the Bloodline has.
Christian does, but...
Turtleneck Christian is a complete menace to society.
I will say, on a side note, bring Buddy Matthews back to WWE.
Yeah.
Bring him back and let him cook.
Let him be with his mommy.
Match of the year.
Had to make things weird, didn't you?
WWE. So match of the year is WWE WrestleMania 40 Night 2, Undisputed WWE.
It's Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso in the Super Kick Brawl.
Yeah. Not even close.
Oh, no.
It's the Bloodline Rules match between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Thinking about that, I think I would... There were a lot of great matches in 2024.
Yeah.
I would say that, what was it? Was Kenny Omega and Ospreay last January 4th? I think they were. That was a great match. But I will give this to them, but I don't think it's as much of a landslide as it has been for other matches of the year in the past.
I don't think it's the match. I think it's the story building up to the match. That it's all... Because if you just watch this as a match by itself, meh. But if you have the entire story going into it, and you have all of the fluff put in with it, you have all of the run-ins put in, you have the nostalgia put in with it, you have The Rock put in with it, you have The Undertaker put in with it, it makes it a moment for everyone.
True.
But as a match, does it stand alone? I say no.
I think you have a strong point, but then again, and this is not me knocking on WWE, that is sort of what their MO is.
It is.
They are more story driven. They are more storyline driven. They are more about the build, and there's nothing wrong with that. That is just how their product is. That's how their product has been for 70 years.
Well, I mean,
50?
and this is actually a somewhat instance of WWE long-term storytelling.
Yes, that culminated in the right time.
If we're talking about matches, I would almost say CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, maybe either three of them.
That's true. They were great matches.
And those had great stories too.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like I feel like this is match of the year, but it's not a landslide like it has been in previous years. Moving on, we got feud of the year. Speaking of CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, I have no qualms with that.
No, I think that's spot on.
Yes, because as to what I've said on the program before, Drew McIntyre's hate for CM Punk could power a small village. Yeah. So, yes. Most popular wrestler of the year, Cody Rhodes.
I agree.
He has taken where Roman Reigns was sort of the face of the WWE. Cody Rhodes has come in and taken that torch, and he has been running with it. Even though he has had these mediocre matches and sort of mediocre storylines. He hasn't really had too many great storylines. But most popular? Absolutely. I mean, look at how many kids now excuse me, look at how many kids now you see at like WWE live shows that are dressed up as Cody Rhodes.
He's basically the John Cena of this generation.
True.
Yeah.
I think that's a strong statement, correct statement.
In a better generation too.
True. John Cena was there at the right time to when WWE really needed somebody like him. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Even though this is John Cena's last year, that makes me feel old a little bit, but yeah. Most hated wrestler of the year. I have no qualms about this one either. Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah, for all the right reasons.
Yes.
It's not like go away heat.
No. Yeah. He got booed in Mexico.
Yeah. A Mysterio booed in Mexico.
A Mysterio got booed in Mexico. And it's here I've actually sat down and I've thought about this. I'm like, wow. Dominic Mysterio this is before it came out, is easily the most hated person in wrestling, heel-wise, kayfabe-wise. He garners the most heat of anybody. I like MJF. MJF does not garner the same amount of heat that Dominic Mysterio does. And it's crazy because of who his dad is, how revered his dad is as a face.
I think part of it for me is MJF tries.
True.
Dom doesn't. Dom,
he doesn't have to.
No, he doesn't really do anything to get the heat. People just don't like him.
No.
You know, and it works. It works.
Also, Dominic Mysterio really has one of those punchable faces.
Oh, yeah.
He definitely has that face where you just want to go up, you just want to punch him in the face.
He looks like one of those guys that think Taco Bell's authentic.
Yes.
Jesus. I think it's the mustache. I think that's what did it.
Yeah.
I think that's why he just looks dirty.
That's true. It's the mustache. It's the Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, it's the entire Eddie Guerrero vibe. The Latino heat, Eddie Guerrero era.
And and the fact that Dominic Mysterio, in his interviews and stuff, he sort of stays kayfabe.
Yeah.
He's also kind of funny, too.
Well, he is.
So, comeback of the year.
Yeah.
Liv Morgan. What do you all think about that?
Oh,
I can't think of anyone else to give it to.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. I mean, she came back, she won the title.
Yeah.
She
Bigger
got
than she
Dom.
was.
Yeah.
No. I'd say this when Liv Morgan
CM Punk?
True.
CM Punk doesn't have a title, though.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, Liv came in and got the title.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is with Liv Morgan is when I saw her, Sarah Logan, and was it Ruby Soho?
Ruby Riott at the
Ruby
time.
Riott. Yeah, Ruby Riott at the time. The Riott Squad.
Yeah.
I did not think that Liv was going to be the breakout one.
Yeah.
No.
I didn't.
No.
I did not see it.
I thought she was a knockoff Alexa Bliss.
Absolutely. But she has turned that around and become her own person out there. So, I probably would give her comeback of the year. Most improved wrestler of the year, Mariah May.
I would almost even say Anna Jay in that, too.
Yes. Anna Jay did an excursion in Japan.
Yeah.
And her timing and stuff is way better now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she went over there, she cut her teeth in Japan for a little bit. She came back.
Is she okay?
Yeah, she's fine. It's a figure of speech.
I don't think we should be talking about figures, man. We're past that. It's 2025 now.
Oh, good Lord. I do think, I think Anna Jay is somebody you could definitely give that to, who you can make a strong argument as most improved wrestler of the year. But I think the reason why Mariah May does edge her out on that is sort of the argument
The
that
title,
Jason,
yeah.
the title. That's I was going to say the argument that Jason just gave about Liv Morgan. I mean, also the it's all about Mariah thing and the build to that with her and Tony Storm.
Yeah, I mean, Mariah was put in a great place of being a part of one of the most compelling stories in AEW, and I think a lot of that was based on Tony Storm's skills. Like, her character kind of gave Mariah part of the most improved.
Mm-hmm. Tony Storm, I think, since she has went to AEW, has shown what she is capable of.
Yes.
Now, the question is that because she was not able to do it in WWE because of just... I feel as if there are certain wrestlers who thrive in the WWE sphere, and there's certain wrestlers who thrive more in the AEW sphere. I think it really just depends.
For me, there are some people in the world who need to be allowed to be their character. There are some people in the world who have to have a character written for them.
True.
And if you are one of the people who need to be your own character, your own creation, but you're forced to have a character written for you, I don't think it's going to fit. It's like AJ Styles came in and he was allowed to be AJ Styles.
True.
He didn't become
one
like
of those rare ones under Vince.
Yeah. You know, he didn't become like the garbage man, Albert Joseph styling clash. Like, he wasn't like this 1940s frozen German styling clash.
Yeah.
You know, he was allowed to be the phenomenal AJ Styles.
And from my understanding, like, it took some lobbying to Vince for him to kind of be a little hands off with AJ. To kind of just let him be
And also
AJ
his
Styles.
name, too.
Yeah.
Because we had AJ tattooed. It's like,
Oh, well, yeah.
Your name's Pete.
Get that off of there, pal.
You didn't get my permission to get that tattoo before you worked here,
pal.
But I will say, Indie Wrestler of the Year, I cannot have any argument on or agree with because I have no clue.
Yeah.
Mustafa Ali, yes, you can definitely say that. Mustafa Ali is I think another one. I like what you just said with somebody who you have to allow them to be themselves.
Yeah,
he is another one. You have to give him room to be himself. You have not everybody needs to have quote unquote creative control, but there are certain ones who sort of need that. They need to not have somebody hanging over top of them. Inspirational Wrestler of the Year, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean,
the story, finishing the story. That's the only thing I can think of why he would be Inspirational Wrestler of the Year.
Well, that and just like how we said before, he's kind of like the John Cena. He's going out, he's doing all these different charity events, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. And I'm not saying this as a big Kenny Omega fan, but I think 2025 could give. You could make an argument, even though we're only a few weeks in. I think 2025 you could make an argument for Kenny Omega as Inspirational Wrestler of the Year simply because of the diverticulitis and the health issues he had going on, and now he is back in the ring, which he did have his return to AEW the other night on Dynamite. But Cody Rhodes, I can't think of anybody else. The only person, like I said, I could think of is Kenny, but he didn't really start to get back into that until the start of this year. So that kind of eliminates him from that. Rookie of the Year, Kalani Jordan.
Kalani Jordan.
NXT.
Okay.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
I've seen all of her matches. They are amazing.
She was the inaugural NXT Women's North American Champion.
I was about to say the same thing. The match that she did against, I can't remember who it was, but where she did the one move, it was wonderful. It was amazing. Bright
I remember
future
that match was
ahead
great.
of her. It was great.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Lifetime Achievement Awards.
Booker T.
Sucker. Shucky ducky quack quack. You dig it?
Sucker. Mickey James.
Sucker.
Gail Kim.
Yeah.
And everybody's favorite wrestling journalist, Dave Meltzer.
Surprised doesn't have it already.
That's funny. That's not how you spell my name.
That is true. I don't have any arguments with all of those. Even though Meltzer does get a lot of hate these days, Meltzer has been sort of, what's the wording I'm looking for?
Full of himself, believe in his own hype.
I think Meltzer is especially back in the day, back in the 90s and stuff with I don't know. I feel like Meltzer does get a little bit too much hate at times. I fully agree that sometimes his scaling system is a little off, but even he has said that it is not. It is just his.
It's a cop-out.
Well, I think it's just it is, like I've said before on the program. It is a good. If you want to get into Japanese professional wrestling, it is you go and look at Dave Meltzer's list. It is a good place to start to see good Japanese wrestling. Do I think that Meltzer at times hates on WWE too much? I do, but I also feel like he has let up on that a little bit here within recent years.
But has he let up on it because of the amount of times he's been called out on it?
Yeah,
True.
Kurt Angle, come on.
True. Or has he let up on it, and this is kind of a crappy part, has he been let up on it because Vince is no longer a part of it?
Yeah.
And there's more influence of the, I guess, indie style per se in WWE than there was when Vince was there.
That's true, but also you just mentioned Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle, tell me a bad Kurt Angle match.
All right, there was the Yep, can't do it.
See, my point.
No.
Same thing for Shawn Michaels.
Well, not really a match per se. The one where he had that shoot thing with that one guy
Daniel
from Tough
Puder?
Enough. Yes.
Yeah, but that wasn't a match. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, I guess the worst one I could think of would be like Baron Corbin.
Yeah, but
that's not Kurt Angle.
Yeah,
that's not wrestling machine Kurt Angle.
That was a broke man who just needed to hang it up.
I mean, that was retired Angle.
Yeah. And you can make the same argument with Shawn Michaels. I can't really think of a bad Shawn Michaels match.
Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle was terrible.
You can hear the sarcasm in Jason's voice.
2018
was
it 2019?
Retired Michaels.
Yeah. Again, that's.
Yeah.
And really, Shawn was the best part of the match.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Out of that entire match, Shawn looked like almost if he started training again.
Yeah,
he had his hair.
Yeah,
the hair, that was odd.
Yeah, it's still odd to see. I feel like
not as bad as what happened to Kane's hair, but
or trips his bicep or whatever.
Man, that was a bad one. That was a bad one.
I will say though, with Dave Meltzer, it's one guy's opinion, but some people just take his opinion too far.
Yes.
It's just...
Yes. Anyway, let's shift gears to the main event.
It looks like all the talking has been done. It's time for the main event.
Welcome to the main event, where we go ahead and let you know what your upcoming week of professional wrestling is going to look like internationally, nationally, and, of course, locally. Saturday, January 25th, homecoming special of AEW Collision, simulcast on TNT and Max. The homecoming special marks AEW's return to its home venue of Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida.
I always liked that venue.
I feel like AEW should lean more on unique venues.
Yeah, this past week they did a music center in Ohio.
Yeah, I thought it great.
Yeah.
Use those unique venues. I think that is one thing that is missing a little bit in professional wrestling.
Yes.
WWE will also hold Saturday night's main event simulcast on NBC and Peacock. Both shows will start at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So,
Saturday night main event.
So, if you want to watch both of them, you might want to have two things going at once.
Might want to have TiVo.
But they're on streaming, so you just watch one to watch the other. So, hey.
Yeah.
TiVo.
Yeah.
Locally, on Friday, January 24th, Victory Championship Wrestling, which primarily does shows around Wheeling, West Virginia, will be traveling about 35 minutes across the state line to Washington, Pennsylvania, to present
Fight Fire with Fire 2.
Deuce.
More fire, more fighting. Fight Fire with Fire 2, Electric Boogaloo.
At the South Franklin Volunteer Fire Department. If you're up in the Northern Panhandle and would like to make the trip, bell time is 7:30 p.m., and it's $25 for ringside and $15 for general admission. The rest of these are on Saturday, January 25th. Mega Pro Wrestling will be in Marmot, West Virginia at the Marmot Elementary School for
the Pitbull Cup.
This will feature an 8...
Very nice. Hold on. No, I have to give props to Josh for finally doing something good. So thank you, Josh.
Yeah.
You're good, and I think we should have a moment of silence for the fact that Josh will never do anything that good ever again.
I feel like he would.
Okay. Would you like to start over on that, Jeff?
Okay. Mega Pro Wrestling will be at Marmot, West Virginia at the Marmot Elementary School for
the Pitbull Cup.
This will feature an 8-team tournament for the vacant Mega Pro Tag Team Championship. Bell time is 7:30 p.m. and ringside is $20, while general admission is $15.
I will say on this next one, if you bark, it won't make any sense.
World Domination Wrestling Alliance will be in action for
Chill Factor
at the Bennington Volunteer Fire Department in Martinsburg, West Virginia. Bell time is 6:15 p.m. and tickets are $20.
$10.
Micro Wrestling Federation returns to West Virginia for 2 shows this weekend. The first is on Saturday, January 25th, and will be in Parkersburg at the Parkersburg High School Fieldhouse with a bell time of 8 o'clock and is an all-ages show. They will then be at Easy Street in St. Albans the following night on Sunday, January 26th, with a bell time of 6 o'clock. But this show is ages 21 and up. Tickets for both shows start at $24.99.
So if you're going to the St. Albans show and you're 20 years old, you stay out of there. You're not welcome. You're not allowed. You have to be 21.
Discrimination.
No, that's, if anything, that would be like ageist. But it's okay because I'm sure there might be alcohol or something like that. I don't know. I've never been to one.
If it's at Easy Street, yeah, there's going to be alcohol.
But if you're 21 and over, then why don't you come down and hang out?
Yes. We're going to stop right there. When we come back, we will have the final segment.
It's the final segment.
Stay tuned.
Once again, here's Hollywood Jeff Petty.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to The Grill Out. I'm your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty. I'm joined with Josh Cole, Bebe, and Jason Lykens.
Not Bebe.
Not Bebe.
Nope.
Remember, there are reigning and defending Grill Out Predictions champion.
And current reflection of perfection and most humblest man alive.
Yeah.
And really...
More likely deception, but yeah.
Really the cutest one of the bunch. I'm the cute one.
Oh, good Lord. So just to close out everything, only 3 matches have been announced for Saturday night's main event. Those 3 matches being Gunther versus Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Gunther will win.
Sheamus versus Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship.
Come on, Shamo.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe Sheamus.
Could be. And Braun Strowman will be taking on Jacob Fatu.
Oh, definitely Braun for the win.
No, Fatu's going to...
It's going to be Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
Because this is going to make him look even more like a monster.
Yes. Also, Shawn Michaels will facilitate the undisputed WWE Championship ladder match contract signing between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens.
Okay, question. Does somebody get put through a table?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, who?
Sean.
Oh.
You think, I was getting ready to say, do you really think Sean would take a bump? I think Sean would take a bump.
Yeah.
I think he gets in the way, Kevin puts him through the table?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you honestly think this?
I think it's a very possibility.
I think it could be. Like, at first I was like, he's joking, but now I'm like,
Think
maybe.
about it.
You know
It's
what?
Kevin Owens.
It'd be good. It'd
Yeah.
be good. It's going to have the winged eagle. Is it going to have the winged eagle with him?
Yes.
Yes and no.
He had
Nick-
it on SmackDown, didn't he?
Yes, but Nick Aldis has basically stripped them both of their titles, so they won't see them until the Rumble, or I guess this contract signing.
Don't do
That's
that.
what they did.
Don't do that.
Come on, Nikki. We can't do that, man.
Nikki!
Mikey! Also, and sadly, nobody loves the Acclaimed anymore.
No more Scissor Me Daddy.
As the team has disbanded for several weeks, there's been tension between Max Caster and Anthony Bowens. This came to a head this past Saturday during the Maximum Carnage special of AEW Collision, where Max Caster attempted to clear the air with Anthony Bowens, but was loudly booed.
Boo!
You suck.
While Bowens
Boo Hogan!
was cheered for calling him a liar.
Yay!
Billy Gunn appeared to plead sanity, and Max accused him of riding their coattails. Max told Bowens to choose between him or Billy. Bowens went to scissor Max, but flipped him off instead, and Max said they were done with Bowens and Billy Gunn scissoring one last time.
Sad face.
Yes.
Bum, 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 bum.
Nobody loves the Acclaimed anymore.
Yeah. Or at
And
least not Max.
Yeah. And that's going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Go like the Facebook page, facebook.com/The Grill Out. You can email us, thegrillout,
How much time do we have?
like 30 seconds.
Really quick, first time anyone was ever flipped off on WWF TV was after the Mountie lost the match to the Big Boss Man and was put in prison, and they gave the Mountie, they told him, hey, give us a finger for a fingerprint, and he flipped it off really quickly.
Ha!
There you go. There you go.
On this day.
You can email us, thegrillout95@gmail.com. Also go follow us on Blue Sky at thegrillout.bsky.social. And until next time, fellow wrestling fans, have a good one.
Goodbye. And good night.
Step into the world of power, loyalty,
and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather, now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply.